Have you ever listened to a song and felt like you were inside a movie? Like you could see the characters, feel what they're feeling, and follow a whole story just through music? Hi, I'm Kaia, and today's episode is all about exactly that, how music can tell stories. Not just lyrics, but full worlds, characters, and emotions hidden inside songs. We're going to explore 3 very different artists who do all of this in their own way, sometimes in very traditional storytelling, and sometimes in completely unexpected ways. First, we'll look at Taylor Swift and how she turns real-life emotions into story-like songs that feel almost like short films. Then we'll dive into Melanie Martinez and how she builds entire fictional characters and story worlds across multiple albums. And finally, we'll explore Niani, a duo that creates darker cinematic songs that feel like modern fairy tales but with a twist. So as you listen today, don't just hear the music, try to picture the story behind it. Let's get started. The first artist I'm going to talk about is Taylor Swift. Today she is known for her pop music, but earlier albums like Folklore and Evermore show how strong she is at storytelling. Her songs don't just describe feelings, they often feel like full stories. One of the best examples is Love Story. We all know the story of Romeo and Juliet. Our English teachers made sure of that. It's a story about a young couple defying the odds to be together and pursue love. Taylor Swift once explained in an interview that the song came from a real experience. She said it was about someone she was talking to who wasn't the quote-unquote popular choice, but she still believed in it. For her, the idea was that love isn't always easy or convenient. It can be something you have to fight for. She also mentioned that she shaped the ending into a proposal because that was the version of the story she wanted to tell. Next, we're going to talk about Melanie Martinez. Melanie tells stories in a very different way. Instead of a single story songs, she creates an entire fictional world around a character named Crybaby. Crybaby appears across 3 albums, Crybaby, K-12, and Portals. Each album shows a different stage of her life. In Crybaby, she's introduced as a baby learning about the world. In K-12, she grows up and experiences school life, including challenges like fitting in and dealing with bullying. In Portals, her story takes a dramatic turn, exploring endings and transformation, where Crybaby's journey comes full circle. What makes this interesting is that each song is part of a bigger story. First is Dollhouse from Crybaby. This song is about a dollhouse that looks perfect on the outside, but inside it's chaotic and messy once the doors are closed.
Don't let them look through the curtains. Picture, smile for the picture. Pose with your brother, won't you be
Next is Wheels on the Bus from K-12. This song talks about bullying and feeling uncomfortable on or different on the school bus. This can be relatable for people who have experienced similar situations.
yelling behind me and terrified. Counting trees as they pass me by, and I'm trying.
The last song I'm going to talk about is Death from Portals, the final part of Crybaby's story. Death explores themes of transformation, endings, and rebirth.
Back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead, back from the dead. I'm back from the dead.
Melanie also recently dropped a new album called Hades on March 27, 2026, with an entirely new character called Circle. All of the Melanie Martinez fans were really happy about this because she hadn't come out with music for a while. I'm really excited to see what becomes of Circle in the future. Finally, the last artist I'm going to talk about are Caitlin and Sydney, who formed a duo in 2019 called Niani. Niani's music often sounds intense or even dark at first, but their songs are really about storytelling and emotion. The meaning behind the songs is often deeper than what the lyrics first suggest. The most recent album is called How to Kill a Fairy Tale, which came out on May 8, 2026. One of the songs from This album is called Tale as Old As, which plays on the phrase tale as old as time from Beauty and the Beast. But instead of being a happy fairy tale, it's more of an unhappily ever after kind of story. It shows a darker, more realistic version of love and betrayal. That's all there is for this episode. Although all the songs and artists I mentioned come from very different genres, they all share one powerful thing. Music isn't just sound. It can be storytelling, world building, and emotion all at once, which I think is really cool. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed learning about music, maybe relearning things you knew about, and maybe learning things you never knew. Bye for now.